Now let's look at graffiti. Graffiti started in the 1970s as a visual subculture that attracted a lot of media attention. Initially, the reviews of the graffiti were almost all negative. Things like damage, degradation, pollution, sinking all became synonymous with describing graffiti. But today, this street art is accepted by all and has become fully integrated into our urban life. We can see that there are a lot of construction sites in Shanghai that have their perimeter walls wrapped. Decorating with graffiti will add a sense of beauty to the city. Of course, a lot of our graffiti today is positive. It is the propaganda of socialism beauty. The group of graffiti now we're looking at on the window is actually a group of 3 consecutive graffiti pieces. Start with a poster, then the characters start to leave, and finally the character disappears. It is just a simple story. The author also drew it in a simple way with only black, white, and gray relation, using simple lines to represent the street, then black graffiti to represent the status of the characters, and finally a little color invention to represent the poster. The artwork is simple but conveys a very clear meaning, and it also expresses a street culture, which is the need to hide at times. It conveys a sense that I'm living quietly, posting quietly. It is very well done. Now this piece, a graffiti piece in an empty, abandoned environment, will give the city or the streets a new visual feel. It is that when we sit by or when we walk through this street, what we see becomes richer and more visceral. Let's take a look at this special graffiti. We don't see the real picture in this piece. Nothing about characters or other stuff is expressed in it. What we see is actually a wall with some of the mottled texture effect that it naturally leaves on the wall because of the passing of time, paint peeling, and mildew spots appearing and leaving traces. And we see some text on it. The text, if you look closely, you will see is actually a menu like pizzas. Then the word will make us associate. We'll think that this place may have been a restaurant, and the owner of the restaurant, I think, knows a lot about art. He understands the need to keep this wall in its natural and then let the text intervene. By this time, the context of the text has formed a good echo with the traces left on this wall. We'll see that the text has become part of the graphic and that the text is appearing entirely in the form of graphic language. Many things like the curved lines and circles at the top of the screen echo with what's below, making the whole picture a very beautiful and harmonious place. Let's take another look at this piece. It is a huge piece, and it spans 2 floors. We see this character as Einstein. If anything, in this city or in the streets, when we see a piece of this size with this figure, it'll catch your eyes. It'll be a great advertising for a restaurant. This is a graffiti work, and it is sure to impact our city life and will bring more interest and beauty to our city life.